Oh, the Mashle anime. Oh, I remember reading the manga. That was a fun little silly story. What the hell is this? I'm Bayfond. And listen, I have a short list. A short list of anime that I've watched because their OPs are so damn good, I gotta jump on board. And this time around, it's because of that damn song. And never in a million years would I have thought this would have been used for the Mashle anime. I guess Jersey beats just hit different everywhere. Creepy Nuts has just been killing it with anime OPs for the last few years. And it really just makes alternate universe Harry Potter just so much more fun. Cause wow, there's a lot of stuff that I guess I missed while I was reading the manga. I say that because when I was first reading the manga, I was taking it as a comedy manga first, not something that I should take seriously as an actual shonen. The anime has shown us otherwise because it actually makes it feel a lot deeper than what I remember it being like. I mean, there's so many characters that I genuinely hate and I want Mashle to just break their face in. That's how you know they're doing a great job with these villains, while also nailing the atmosphere for the tones and the jokes. I thought watching season 1 of this show was gonna be a bit of a slog so I could get to the amazing OP of season 2, but it really wasn't. Now granted, it was a little bit more normal than what I was expecting. Those eye catches were a little bit too My Hero Academia-esque, but it was able to tell the story extremely faithfully and it kept me entertained the entire time. But I gotta say this, season 2, you can instantly feel the difference. I'm pretty sure that the animation staff was working on season 1 and season 2 at the same time, but when it came for season 2, the animators just evolved or something like that because my god, these character designs are supposed to be a little bit more flat, but the amount of detail and definition that they're giving them is just amazing. That's something that I noted in season 1 of this. Whenever the characters were in these shadows, they could really play with the detail on them. Make them feel more high res or make them feel however more detailed you want it. But whenever it comes to them being more in the sun, because this is a pretty bright series, they would lose those details. Here, it feels like that jump isn't nearly as big as it was in season 1 because it almost feels like they're always animated a little bit better. And it really suits this because there's always some cool magic that's always being shown. I mean, listen, look at this guy over here, Rain Ames. This guy's using unlimited blade works whenever he wants. Or how he's using Toto's ability from JJK. Or how, yeah, no, I'm not gonna go down the entire list. This series is essentially a parody of a whole lot of things. That's how it's always been pitched. It's One Punch Man meets Harry Potter. And that is a premise that is executed perfectly. It's a series that isn't afraid to go all in on the Harry Potter references. When reading the manga, this panel didn't stick out to me, but then when watching the anime, makes complete sense now because that's the same paper that's in Harry Potter. And there's always so many references to this kind of stuff that you can always pinpoint and go, oh, they're picking that from this movie, and then this movie, and then this movie. It's fun. It adds an extra level of detail that makes you wonder, what's the next reference they're gonna throw at you? And instead of just completely saying that this is just One Punch Man, you can also say that this is a little bit more like Mob Psycho as well, because Mashle as a character, without talking about his bowl haircut, is also a guy that knows how to make every single one of his enemies friends. Very similar abilities when it comes to stuff like that. And Mash as a character is absolutely perfect for this series and for this world because he's just the complete opposite of everything in it. If I can say there's one thing everyone absolutely adores about this series, like one unanimous thing, it's the comedy. And Mash is the center of everything. He is the most absurdly overpowered creature in this entire universe, and yet he is still the deadpan funny character. It's that type of humor that's so good because it's not characters actively trying to make jokes, it's a character whose actual incompetence, him being stupid, is something that is funny. It's some good old slapstick, that's what it is. And even though this world can't really match up to Mash as a character in terms of his physical abilities, they can really match with him when it comes to their mental kind of state, you can say. Everyone's at least a little bit unhinged in this, and that's what makes them so good. Lance is a no, actually, he's a cis-con. Still kind of weird, but it's fantastic that a character that would easily become a fan favorite is just made a little bit more eccentric to just kind of throw people off a little bit. Love to see it. And Dot is a punk that has no clue how to really interact with anyone socially. Finn is the only character that is somewhat normal. But something that I think is even more impressive about these characters is their voice actors. Because goddamn, is this a star-studded cast? Yeah, Dot's voice actor might sound familiar to you because he's also Lloyd, Hachiman, and pretty much much a lot of other protagonists that you've heard in the last decade or so. So there is a reason why he carries that main protagonist energy with him at all times. Lance's voice actor was actually in One Punch Man, but if you don't recognize him off of that, he was also the setter for Karasuno. I mean, the cast is so star-studded that they got Eren Yeager for Rain Ames, and they even got Dio himself for Margaret. I keep being impressed by the show at every single turn. And I think that's like the best part about it. Mashle could have been a series that would have been pretty generic and that would have been okay and it would have flew under the radar for a whole lot of people. But they put in a lot more time and effort into it and it made it feel much more special. The way that the plot's progressing is pretty quick. I can say that this is probably gonna be maybe another 2-3 seasons at most for it to just wrap itself up. And I'm okay with that because I'm gonna be tuned in every week when a new episode comes out for this. But what do y'all think about Mashle? Is it something you find gut-bustingly hilarious, or is it something that you just find okay at most? I'd love to know. Let me know down in the comments below. And as always, I was Bayfond, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.